Hello Gunners, welcome to another video. Of course, fantastic for Arsenal, who finished third in the Champions League, sort of group stage phase. Nice, nice win against Girona. And I would love to start the video talking about that game, but unfortunately it has been somewhat overshadowed by a disgusting article from a journalist about Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about transfer news, as Watkins has appeared a major target for Arsenal for Monday's deadline, and just delving into pretty much everything. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe. Hitting the like too is also greatly appreciated. But let us just begin. And this was the title by The Mirror. I'm not sure if you guys are on Twitter, you may have seen this article. And it comes out and it reads, Miles Lewis-Skelly still the real villain in Arsenal's controversy despite FA U-turn. I found this ridiculously poor. In an age where, players are on social media, they see this sort of stuff. Miles Lewis-Skelly is just 18 years old. He's even younger than me. Maybe I don't look that, sort of old, but he is. To have this sort of title is a joke. It really, really is. And for a journalist who writes for The Mirror, one of the biggest, newspapers, to put this out there and victimize an 18-year-old who made a challenge which was not even, at the very most, it was a yellow card. I could not believe it, and rightly so. Arsenal fans were fuming. Even rival fans came in and sort of supported us with this article because it is an absolute joke. The decision was made a couple of days ago now. We've all gone over it. We've all gone through it. We've gone through the motions needed. But still, there's journalists still trying to paint Miles Lewis-Skelly, an 18-year-old in his first professional season for Arsenal, as the villain. And let us just read a bit into this sort of article and what is being said. You can be sure it did. But let's go one thing straight here. Lewis-Skelly was no victim. It was Lewis-Skelly who committed a premeditated act of foul play. It was Lewis-Skelly whose only intention was to make sure Matt Doherty was unable to carry on taking part in an attacking phase of play. How have this journalist, or just the media in general, managed to turn this decision, which was wrong, into an attack at a youth, at a guy who's so young? Yes, it's almost like this is the first time in Premier League history a player has done a tactical foul and stopped a counter-attack. It really is. Was this the first time in Premier League history we've seen something like this, guys? It isn't. It just isn't. And I don't get these journalists writing these articles, writing these things, making Lewis-Skelly seem as the villain. It is a joke. Let's carry on reading. It was Miles Lewis-Skelly who scraped his studs down the Wolves player's leg. Scraped. Again, making him look like he came onto the pitch and gave him a right hook, an uppercut. That's what they're sort of writing here from this Mirror sort of journalist. It was Miles Lewis-Skelly who acted cynical, an act of law breaking, as you will see on a football field. Yet somehow it's Oliver the villain. I'm even struggling to read that properly. I just cannot believe I'm reading it again. I'm thinking, how have you done this? How have they made a tactical foul, which many teams and many players have done in the past, seem like he's just come onto the field and absolutely just attacked, punched Matt Doherty? And again, look, Oliver is now being seen as a hero. A hero, people put hours onto the training field to get things right in the Premier League. Managers are under pressure constantly. And Oliver got a really poor decision in that game. And now you're trying to make Lewis-Skelly the villain. It really doesn't make sense. The irony is that not long ago, there was quite a groundswell of opinion within the game that would have supported stronger action being taken against premeditated illegal attacks designed to stop a team launching a counter-attack wherever. I'm not even going to bother finishing reading that. And rightly so, I will say that this article was deleted. It was deleted because it was a joke. Arsenal fans, we came together and we just didn't allow this on our player, on Miles Lewis-Skelly being attacked like this. It is absolutely appalling, really. And I saw a tweet earlier by an Arsenal fan saying, yes, Raheem Sterling may not be performing on the pitch. Today he missed a penalty, but he looked pretty bright. But again, people will talk about that missed penalty. But it is crucial for Miles Lewis-Skelly to be with Sterling, who has experienced such attacks from journalists. They're making Miles Lewis-Skelly a Hale-End boy who's done fantastic things in the academy, who's got a fantastic mother who helps him deal with these attacks as well, which is important. But I'm sure Sterling is giving the best support he can to Miles and his own experience, because it's tough, these professional footballers, football is life or death for them. It really, really is. And to see journalists writing so freely and able to do this, it can take a massive hit on an 18-year-old. And I'm also delighted Miles Lewis-Skelly mentally is one of the strongest players in football. He really has a fantastic mental profile. But I saw that tweet about Raheem Sterling being of help, and I definitely did agree with that. Anyway, on to something more positive. Arsenal beating Girona 2-1 out there in Spain. Would I say a vintage Arsenal performance? No. Did I like the rotations on the pitch, the movement? Yes. Nwaneri, obviously, absolutely fantastic. We'll get on him. Thought Calafiori again scored a goal, which was offside, but he was still really, really good. In terms of other good performance, Gabriel is always playing well. He just puts in fantastic performances. Erdegaard, that's a question for another day. The sort of form he's in right now, I believe he'll get out of this sort of rut. He's a special footballer, and he will get to the levels we know he can. Trossard looked bright and fresh, but yeah, ultimately the guy that we're going to talk about is Ethan Nwaneri. At 17 years old, to be putting performance out like that, away from home in the Champions League, scoring a goal in the way he did, it is truly, truly special. I feel like, because we've seen Lamine Yamal and all these freak of natures of youngsters doing well, we're forgetting this guy's 17 years old, and he's playing with such physicality, with such composure, with such potency. It is an absolute joke what this guy is doing on the football pitch at just 17. And the fact he's just come back from an injury and he's still playing to a fantastic level. He could have had 2 tonight if Jurian didn't just kick that off the line. But I was so impressed with him. Every week he just keeps on showing what he's about. And from Hale End, you're looking at all these players leaving us. Aiden Haven, Chido Obi Martin. All of these guys leaving us, and I'm kind of looking at Ethan Nwaneri, who was offered a massive contract from Chelsea to leave us, and he rejected it. I'm looking at him and being like, wow, you deserve this. You trusted the process. You're taking your opportunity now, and you're getting man of the matches on the biggest stages. And this stat really goes to show how young and how good Ethan Nwaneri is. Tonight, he became the second youngest Englishman to score in a UEFA Champions League game after Jude Bellingham versus City in April 2021. Just 25 days between them. Ethan Nwaneri is a special talent, guys. We should not take him for granted. He really, really is the creme of de la creme, as they like to call it. And this photo, I just absolutely loved it. 2 of our Hale End boys, Lewis Skelly, who's come under massive attacks recently for a foul which wasn't even a red card. And look at how proud and happy he is for Ethan Nwaneri, to get that sort of award. And what made me proud is you saw Ethan Nwaneri scored that goal. The rest of the players, they weren't even jumping all over the place. It's almost like, yeah, he can do that. Yeah, he's got that quality. We know he can do that. This ain't even anything special. And to be able to have that, sort of support and players, teammates, much older than you, seeing you to that high of a regard, just goes to show how gifted this guy is. Anyway, let us get on to that massive transfer news in terms of Mr. Ollie Watkins. I'm sure you've all seen we've put a 60 million bid, no agreement, and yeah, it took me by surprise. It really, really did. Ollie Watkins just out of nowhere, 60 million. There's been a lot of talk, 29 years old. Is he worth it? And of course, Aston Villa look as though they're going to sell John Duran towards Al Nassr, so it makes the deal a lot more complicated. But to those guys that are saying Watkins isn't the guy, I was so confused. I'll show you some stats in a minute. But yeah, terms between representatives and Arsenal will not be a problem. And talks are underway. I don't feel like it will get done because obviously Duran is the here we go from Fabrizio, and Ornstein has confirmed he's going to have a medical as well. But great intent shown here, and I hope it's not just one of those bids where we're doing it for the sake of it and we have a plan B if this one doesn't come in, because we clearly have the money and we clearly want to spend and get ourselves, a top player in Ollie Watkins, who's a proven goal scorer, 100 goals and assists combined in 5 seasons in the Premier League. All of this playing for a team that's finished in these positions, 17th, 14th, 11th, 7th and 4th. I definitely agree. We've got to put some respect on this guy's name. We want a proven killer. Watkins is that sort of proven killer. And we will look at his last season stats as well. Only Haaland and Cole Palmer got more goals and assists combined in the Premier League. And Ollie Watkins would top those sort of charts if penalties was taken away. See, this is the sort of player I would like to sign, and we signed Aubameyang when he was 29, so why can't we sign someone like Ollie Watkins, who is just a top player? And yeah, he just does suit the Arsenal red and white. He's an Arsenal boy, an Arsenal fan. It just makes sense, guys. If this deal can be done, even though I think it's very unlikely, get it done, man. He's a proven bagsman. Let me know down below your thoughts on if you would like Ollie Watkins at Arsenal. And in terms of our other targets, Matthias Tel has been talked and reported as an Arsenal target, and he was waving his goodbyes today. It does seem as though United are probably in pole position to get him on loan, but yeah, it was nice to see that Matthias Tel looks to be on the way, go out of Bayern, and Arsenal are there trying to see if they can make a deal happen. And I hope we get a forward in, because we desperately need it. And look, Tel can play across the front three, so he's perfect to be a utility player as well. I know he wants minutes, but we need a player who can play across that front three, and Matthias Tel certainly can. And look, again, another player who would suit that red and white of Arsenal. Anyway, Gunners, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, peace. Do you enjoy my videos? Would you like to support me more? Well, I am proud to announce I have a membership which you can sign up for 3 separate levels. The link is in my bio, and it will be greatly appreciated. You'll get videos earlier, you'll get shout outs as well in videos. There's a lot I've got planned for the members that sign up. So if you want to show your support and do that, the link is down below in the description. Peace.